Hello parts. As I'm trying to do every month, I like to bring this video to you with some suggestion of which prizes to get this month in this raid. Reinforcements, June 2018. I'm going to start with a few warnings. This raid has a lot of optional things, and their value to you will depend on where you are in the game. How important is hitting bases to you? How important is defending your base to you? Because there's a lot of PvP content and tons of prizes, and some of them are limited blueprints, which I don't personally like it. Or offering a brand new siege hole just after the siege hole, I also don't like that. But I'm putting that aside, my concerns about liking or not liking things, and just looking at what's there objectively and trying to make a few suggestions. If you didn't watch Rampage Reports last Friday, he was very clear that a time-limited campaign for the Phoenix, for the Skyfire, and the Manticore will be offered this coming week, before VXP weekend. So you might want to skip getting some components or even some tokens for this raid if you're limited on points. As long as you can do the TLCs. You gotta remember what type of ships you need to do each one of those TLCs. For instance, the Scorpion Sting, you need a good Phoenix fleet to do that one, or a good Manticore Scattergun fleet to do that one. Then you get the tokens and components and everything. So keep that in mind. My view of game priorities, which may not be the same as yours, but first of all, you gotta be able to do the current raid so you can get the points and get the prizes. There's no point me talking about what you can get this raid if you can't do the raid, unless you pay someone or you have a good friend that's gonna prepare targets for you. This will enable you to score points. Overall in game, number 2, the priorities to the Forsaken mission. And this raid, if you want to be at the top level of Forsaken mission, they are offering again the Infernal Dragon combo, special weapon ship. Then number 3, collecting uranium. The Prototype Seeker is the top ship for that right now, but it's not offered this raid. No uranium collecting fleet is offered this raid, but there are tokens for the Prototype Seeker that you might want in the locked store. Number 4, collect base parts. For that, they have a brand new ship that's better than the Buccaneer, better than the Hydra, which we just finished building. Hello. The Proto Centurion, and you need to redeem either the Manticores or the Proto Centurion combo to open the unlocked store, so up to you. Defending bases, if that's the thing for you, there are many 2 turrets, many components, and the Warden being offered this raid. If you like attacking bases or even using Conquerors to defend your base, or if you like doing bounty, the Missile Strike Cruiser, a lot of PvP components, and a lot of tokens are being offered this raid, all in the locked store. And the last one, the least important to me, is being able to collect titanium. But if you address this raid, which, shouldn't say number 2 down there, should be the number 1. If you address this raid, you can also collect titanium, so they take care of each other. So based on these priorities, I'm going to recommend the prizes. A word about the Chameleon and the flagship Chameleon and the generalist components. Ignore them, skip them, don't waste your points on them. That's it. If you're a low-level guy or just catching up, with 5 million points, you can get the combos to build the Skyfire or the Phoenix. This raid cycle seems to be favoring the Phoenix, but if you have Skyfires underway, just finish them. Or if you have Phoenixes underway, finish them. Whichever one is easier for you to finish, but the Phoenix is outperforming the Skyfire. For Forsaken mission on the left, you need 30 million points, or at least 24 million points to get the Infernal Dragon and the Rocket. Highly recommended if you don't have them. On the right, if you care about base defense, there are 3 brand new components being offered. You need 50 million points. The turret is weak, but you're going to need it because of the tier 7 explosive bonus. So whenever they release more explosive turrets, and at least one of them will be good, you'll need this one to increase the damage of all the group of explosive turrets. So if you can, get it, 50 million points, or equivalent to 5 elite sets. In order to open the unlocked store, sorry, the locked store, you need to either get the Manticore, the Panthera Scattergun, and the Roaring Barrel system, or you gotta get the Proto Centurion, the Pack 2 cannon, and the cannon system. At this point, just get whichever one you don't have, because I'm assuming if you can score all these points, you already have the Manticore, so then you have to get the Proto Centurion combo and open the unlocked store. If you are still building Manticores, remember to get the Savage CIC. It's down there at the bottom in the unlocked store, and it's 10 million points. Darkwing CIC, it's a new component for the Manticores, and based on performance, everyone who tested it, I have a video on my channel showing that too. TSM has one, George has one, many others have their videos. It is very, very good. So if you can get 10 million points, get that blueprint and get the 2 one-day Manticore build tokens in the open store for 4 million points. So 14 million points to get the CIC and 2 days of Manticore build tokens. Totally worth it. Now you're in the locked store. If you don't have a flagship for your Manticore, get the flagship. It does help. If you cannot get the flagship, you can also just build a fleet of 5 Manticores. It will underperform a little bit, but it's not like crazy critical. The difference is the flagship gives everyone 30% penetrative and corrosive bonuses. That's the main bonus. There are a few others, but this is the main bonus that you miss by not having the flagship. And in the locked store, there are many PvE tokens. So whichever aspect of the game you're behind, you can get 10 Manticore build tokens, or 10 Prototype Seeker build tokens, or 4 3-day Proto Centurion build tokens, or 7 Inferno Dragon build tokens. Get as many as you can. If you're scoring points this raid on the cheap, get them, because each token saves you a day, which is worth, if you were to coin, 48 coins per day. And if you're scoring elite sets, you can get 2 of these tokens each time, the one-day tokens. I would not get right now the Scorpion CIC, the Stinger Missile, and the Strike System 5, just because the time-limited campaign comes up every month, and Rampage already said it's going to be up after raid. So if you have a fleet of Phoenixes or even a fleet of Scattergun Manticores, don't waste points on that. Get it on the TLC. The new items are also low priority. I would not get them because they're limited. It's 5 million points each one. At most, and I put 2 stars in there, at most I would get the Cheetah Scattergun, just 4 of them. And that is to balance the speed on the Scattergun Manticores. If you check my latest video on how to build Scattergun Manticores, I explained that in detail. But at most get 4 of them. Okay, and that means you need 20 million points for that. So the summary so far, if you got this far in raid, that means you've scored about 300 million points. You opened the locked store, 40 million. You got all the new base defense components that are in the open store, 50 million. You got the Darkwing CIC and the 2 tokens, and either all of them or some of the PvE tokens, that they are a total of 148 million points. You don't need them all, but if you're getting cheap points, go get them. Maybe you needed a Makara Manticore flagship, or maybe you needed the Forsaken Mission combo. So to get the flagship and everything on the left, 300 million points so far. If you're past that point, you're a Battle Pirate addict, you need treatment, but you can also redeem all these PvP options. So if you don't have all the 4 Howitzer Cannon 6, complete them so you get maximum bonus. If you need some Conquerors to do bounty, Missile Storm Cruiser, 5 million each. If you want to defend your base better, Wardens, 7 million each, and all the components under them. And there are many PvP tokens, 4 million points each per day of token for the Sloth, the Brennus Unstoppable Sloth or Bus, the Missile Storm Cruiser, the Warden, and the Onslaught. So just there, you can probably spend another 150 million points. Have fun. And so if you want now, go to my YouTube channel, find it, subscribe it, and go on my How to Build Ships playlist. I have there the latest how to build this ship, that ship, Inferno Dragons, Manticores, Skyfires. I just did one on the Phoenix and I updated the Scattergun Manticore one, so worth checking it out. Thanks for staying with me so far. Hope you're enjoying the raid, and I hope this video helps you make up your mind on what you're getting. See you next time.